He's saying, timber! There it goes. Look at, there's Barnaby Bear. And there's the rabbits. Mr. Willoughby's Christmas tree came by special delivery, full and fresh and glistening green. The biggest tree he'd ever seen. There he is, right there. He dashed downstairs to open the door. This was the moment he waited for. A magnificent tree. Splendid, he cried. Please, sir, would you carry it right inside? I think it might look best this year, right in the parlor, corner, here. But once the tree stood in its place, Mr. Willoughby made a terrible face. The tree touched the ceiling, and it bent like a bow. Oh, good heavens, he gasped. Something must come. Baxter, the butler, was called on in haste to chop off the top, for it seemed like a waste. That's great, Mr. Willoughby cried with glee. Now we can start to trim my tree. While the trimming was well underway, the top was placed on a silver tray. Baxter said, I know just who'd be delighted with this Christmas tree. So it was presented to Miss Adelaide, Mr. Willoughby's upstairs maid. Here's what she says. Oh, good heavens. Won't this tree be a pretty sight when I have trimmed it later tonight? But the top, oh dear, I'm so afraid. Will have to be cut, sighed Miss Adelaide. And so with scissors, sharp and long, she cut off the top while she hung us up. The top was set out. The very next day in back of the house to be thrown away. That little treetop caught the eye of Tim, the gardener, passing by. Oh, where was I at here? He certainly was not about to see that little tree thrown out. He hurried home straight away to see what Mrs. Tim would say. Fa la la! Surprise, surprise! His wife could not believe her eyes. But our house, she said, is so snug and small. I don't think we need it all. And before Tim had a chance to shout, she cut off the top, she threw it out. There it goes. Here's my favorite guy. Barnaby Bear was passing by and almost hit him in the eye. Now who would throw a tree away so very close to Christmas Day? I'll take it home. That's what I'll do. Look, Mama Bear, I have a present for you. Isn't it a pretty tree? yawned Barnaby, quite drowsily. But Little Bear, standing off far, cried out, that tree won't hold a star. Barnaby said, let's cut a hunk here at the bottom, at the trunk. But Mama Bear just shook her head. She cut the treetop off instead. Jolly by golly, Barnaby said with a kick. Mama, that surely is just the right trick. Let's trim it with bells and honey rings and some berries and tinsel and popcorn with string. Mama said, you trim it just as you like. I have to tidy up for the night. The top we won't need anymore. I'll put it right outside the door. Later on that frosty night, Frisky Fox came into sight. He spied the treetop. He rubbed his chin. He opened his sack and he shoved the top in. He scampered home and jumped his gate. His Christmas present couldn't wait. It's even better than mincemeat pie, said Mrs. Fox with a happy sigh. Then the foxes saw, here we go again, that their Christmas prize was just a wee bit oversized. There, my dears, don't you worry. I'll fix this up in a hurry. She did it again. Benjamin Rabbit found it then, just outside the fox's den. It seems, he thought, most certainly Santa left that for my family. Look, he cried. See the tree I found? With that, he called his reindeer. Then there was the merrymaking, rollicking, frolicking, carrot shaking, celebration around the tree. All were as happy as rabbits can be. We all know rabbits can be happy. Benjamin Rabbit, this is smart. With his own hand, sliced a carrot and made a stand. And now let's see how this will look over by our chimney nook. But right away, the children cried, "Look, it's leaning off to one side." "It's too tall, that's all," said Mrs. Rabbit. And as though it were a summer carrot, she gave it a chop, threw away the top. It's this big now. Mistletoe Mouse just happened to see the tiny tip of that Christmas tree. He pulled it through the snow and ice, up some stairs. He fell down twice. At last he reached his cozy house. "It's just the right size," said Mrs. Mouse. Then at the top, if you please, they put a star made out of cheese. Oh, you guys, wasn't it grand to have a tree exactly like Mr. Willoughby? There they are, in Mr. Willoughby's house. Did you see that, Anna? Look it, the mice have the tree in the house, right there.
Ooh, and a little mouse.
And there's Mr.
just
Willoughby
like
with his
that.
giant tree.
Yeah.
That's it.